Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first HD commentary for Modern Warfare 2. So I went ahead and purchased myself a Hauppauge high definition personal video recorder. Yeah, or as it's more commonly known, an HD PVR. So for those of my long-term subscribers, basically a while back I said, I would get HD once I reached the 1,000 subscribers. But at the time of commentating this, I've got 830 I've got at the moment. I don't know what it'll be when you're watching this, but yeah, basically I was having major issues with my capture card, and I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it just made more sense to just switch up to HD now because it was really bothering me. So I'm hoping you guys like the quality. I personally am loving it. If anything though, I'm just loving being able to play in HD, because basically I've got a Sony Bravia 40-inch TV, and I had to play in standard definition when I wanted to record, and it was, it's just such shitty quality and such a good TV, and yeah, I really hated it, and so I think it's just great to be able to play in HD. So anyway, I'm playing some free-for-all here on Invasion, and this was supposed to be like just a fairly typical Modern Warfare 2 gameplay commentary, first HD, fairly typical game. But that wasn't the case. I actually get, as you'll have no doubt noticed from the title, I actually get a Tactical Nuke with no kill streaks. This is the second time I've done this, but this time though it wasn't planned actually. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't set out to get this, but you'll see what I mean later on. I'll come to that, but you'll know what I mean. So I'm using the F2000, and this gun is fucking horrible. It is. Free-for-all gets a bit easy for me, and I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, because I don't consider myself that great or anything. It's just the players in free-for-all are, I don't know what it is, but free-for-all just seems to be where the worst players are. And so I decided to make it that bit more challenging. I decided to use a weapon I wasn't that comfortable with, and I came to the conclusion that the F2000 is the worst gun in the game. So I decided to go for that just to make it that bit more challenging. Whoa, hold on a second. I thought you weren't using any kill streaks. Okay, I am using kill streaks. Okay, but before you leave the video in our fit of rage that you've been lied to, I'm using the Harrier Strike, the Pave Low, and the Tactical Nuke. Now, basically, you can check the kill feed, keep your eye on the kill feed and the score, whatever you want, and you'll see that my air support gets me, hold on, let me do the math, zero kills. No kills whatsoever. Both my Pave Low and my Harriers both get shot down before getting any kills. So feel free to check that, watch the kill feed and whatever. So, I decided still to call this video Nuke Without Kill Streaks, because I don't know about you guys, but Tactical Nuke with kill streaks that get shot down and don't get any kills isn't exactly a very catchy title. It's not really got the same ring to it. I think you'll agree with that. So yeah, I decided to just call it a Nuke Without Kill Streaks, since they don't actually get me any kills. I was a bit worried actually, because I did a video, doing a bit of testing to see whether or not the Pave Low counts towards a kill streak, because it's the Pave Low is a bit glitchy, and basically I died at the start of this video, so I was thinking, oh shit, the Pave Low's not going to count towards my streak, and there you go, it gets shot down, calling my Harriers, and they also get shot down very quickly. Like I said, I'm using the F2000. I decided that was the worst primary weapon in the game, and I'm also using what I consider the worst secondary weapon in the game, that being the Desert Eagle. Now, these are just my personal opinions. I'm sure some of you will disagree, but those are my personal opinions. And also, another thing, there's 3 ways to be stealthy in Modern Warfare 2. You can use a silencer, you can use cold-blooded, and you can use ninja. Now, I have none of those. I'm using Scavenger Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Steady Aim Pro. Oh, this is a heart in the mouth moment here. Look at this. I don't know how I got away with that. Yep, I got a holographic sight on my F2000. The reason I'm using a holographic sight, I usually prefer a red dot. Have you ever used a red dot sight on an F2000? It is horrible. It's little known fact. The F2000 red dot is the only red dot that still works during an EMP. There's just a random thing to throw at you. Test it out if you want. I saw this on some Modern Warfare 2 Mythbusters thing or something, but yeah, I don't know why, but it's just weird. The red dot sight's horrible in the F2000, and right there is showing why the F2000 is a horrible gun. It's basically there's three factors that differentiate the assault rifles. You've got accuracy, damage, and fire rate. Now the F2000 has got low damage, low accuracy, and high fire rate, and that is a horrible combination, you know, because high fire rate and low accuracy, that's just a recipe for extreme recoil, and yeah, it's a terrible weapon. Okay, another thing I wanted to talk about was, I briefly mentioned this in one of my recent commentaries, maybe it was my last one I think, regarding my montages. Basically it's been a long time since my last montage, and you know, it was after I made that I started having problems with my capture card, and so I decided I wouldn't make one until I got HD. So you know, I'll probably be start working on a montage pretty soon. Please don't be expecting it like really soon, because you know, I've got a lot on at the moment, what with the exam time and that coming up, but you know, I will be hopefully start working on a montage soon. Okay, I was about to say, I was about to start talking about the gameplay, but I think that's the match just coming to an end now. Yeah, there we go, that's the nuke there. Yeah, so I've not really been talking much about the gameplay. I do now decide to go on to get the score right up to 29 kills, because basically you can get right up until you only need 1 kill, and then you can call in your nuke, and then you can still get more kills. So I was kind of wary though that Claymore was there, and I was thinking if I get 1 kill and then my Claymore get me, I wouldn't be able to call it in. Yeah, so I didn't really talk about the gameplay whatsoever, but yeah, I was playing pretty campy, but yeah, you know, you kind of got to, and there's a 1 Desert Eagle kill. That kind of makes Desert Eagle look like a bit of a beastly gun, but it's pretty shit actually. Okay, yeah, and there we go, that's the match over. Final score was 37-2, and I hope you enjoyed my first high definition Modern Warfare 2 commentary. And thanks for watching guys, I'll see you later.